Yo, this is Dog Nation. On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from Super Junior, Weeekly, Jessi, and BI. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage, including Big Hit's HYBE presentation and JYP's future. And finally, in State of the Nation, we have a pizza topping World Cup. So turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 131, and we're recording on March 22nd, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. There's a dumpster fire every day on that Discord, right? It's crazy town.
Boy.
No announcements this week, so right away we're at the I can't even talk today, but we are now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 131, where we discuss big new releases, choose a spicy song king, and hit you with the music show winners. Boom. I drank so much coffee.
You were running out of breath there, dude. Oh my goodness.
I drank so much coffee before we recorded this. Big new releases. So let's start at the first one. So on Tuesday, March 16th, Super Junior released House Party. So they are from SM Entertainment, debuted all the way back in 2005. Last 3 songs were The Melody, E-I-E-I-O, and Super Clap with 59 music show wins. If y'all remember this song or this album, I think it's their 10th album, but the song was delayed a bunch of times, right? I heard it was delayed for logistical reasons and also because they were struggling with the arrangement of this song.
Arrangement
I
of the
see.
song.
Yeah, like just making this song. I kind of understand why they had issues with it.
Yeah.
I think the big thing about this song is that trap switch up in the middle of the song, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
how do y'all feel about that?
It was
feel like-
sudden.
I feel like Super Junior and Rain went to a bar a couple years back. That's what they did. They went to a bar, and Rain was like, "Look at this trap thing I'm doing." And then Super Junior goes, No. Hold my beer. Let me show you how to do this. So I feel like the trap breakdown, I don't know. It's either they were doing a really, really bad job of doing it, or they were actively trying to make a meme.
Okay, I heard that.
I hope. I'm not the only person saying that.
No. I read other people say I think that they were making fun of other people's trap breakdowns. But my point is, if we can't figure out if that's what you're doing, there's an issue there.
Should be clear.
That fair point. That is actually very true.
And I think this is the trend there is kind of following off that like Heechul has like a rap storyline going on his variety shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is an extension of that for sure. I also want to point out, I think Heechul must have like really degenerative knees or something because he doesn't dance anymore. If you've noticed,
Yeah,
He hasn't danced in like a couple years. He wasn't an accident, and his knees have never like fully recovered.
It must be very bad because if you saw the choreo for this song in particular, it's not that hard, right? And the fact that he can't do this one must mean that his knees are like really bad. So that was just something I noticed. I thought that the non-trap parts were fine. Like I like the non-trap parts of this song. I thought the vocals were of course good. Veteran stage presence. The SM layered vocals in the chorus were definitely apparent. It felt like a song that like I feel Super Junior has done before.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I don't think it was like I thought it was just a fun song. I didn't think it was like anything too crazy.
I mean, if you think about Super Junior's career, right? Like they had the first couple of years where they kind of were all over the place. Then they had Story. And then they had other songs that are very similar to Sorry for like about half a decade. And then after that, they did a shift. And then I think it was Devil that they did, which was a lot more like modern and clean attempt at, doing that kind of song. And ever since then, they've been doing stuff like this. Albeit this is the first time they have a trap breakdown in the middle. So I don't know. It doesn't do that much for me, honestly. It's nice. It's not unenjoyable. But then you have that little thing in the middle, which just black holes everything into just nowhere. I don't know.
It's just like so out of left field, and like okay, I'm like, all right, this is the rap section, but then there's a little bit of rap after that in the normal style, right? So it's like, why are we doubling up here? Anita, how'd you feel about House Party?
I guess my impression of the song as a whole, based on the message of it as well, like the lyrics and what it literally means, house party, like quarantine, PSA type. I feel like I took it as a more fun type of approach to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when that break came on, I almost felt like it's not meant to be super serious, like actively thinking like, yeah, this is the trap breakdown, this is we're doing this because we think it absolutely needs to be here. I feel like it is meant to be more of a fun, like, hey, we included this is a switch up, but it's not meant to be like, I don't know, super serious in that sense. At least that's what I got.
See, I'm not expecting like Super Junior to be like doing top trends, like the craziest trap songs. I'm not expecting that to ever come out of them at this point. But I expect them to finish making the music before releasing it. And this, I'm going to say, is like on par level with they were either very lazy with writing that trap segment or they don't know what they're doing with the trap segment. Either one. Ooh. And it was actively like unenjoyable to listen to. And I'm sorry to all the Super Junior, the elves. I apologize. I very much enjoy Super Junior and variety shows. I really do. So I really wanted to enjoy this.
All right, let's talk about the messaging. This is like a straight up PSA COVID song, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is like, at first I was thinking, all right, maybe they're just trying to like hint at stuff. But then they literally mentioned masks. They mentioned rules. Yep. They mentioned distancing. They mentioned like 2 meters. Like,
I mean, it's a house party,
Yeah.
House party, yeah.
I'm okay with them doing this, but I believe it's their 10th album. Don't like quote me on that. I believe this is the title track of their 10th album.
10th.
I felt like maybe we don't do a PSA song as the title track.
Yeah, I guess to me it feels more like I don't want to call it like a B-side, but it doesn't seem like the lead title track for a huge album.
Yeah, because like 10th album's a big deal. I feel, right? Like it's a huge deal for them. But
I don't know. I guess they were like, let's not make a big deal out of it and do something that's more time relevant. Well, I don't know. At that point, even I'm like, maybe we're a little late to the party, Yeah.
Well, it was delayed, right?
Right. So, I guess. Yeah. Right. But still,
The craziest thing about Super Junior is just the relevancy and the like how long they've been active. Because if you look at like, let's put it this way, I watched this with my family. My mom was able to recognize like 6 of these dudes from variety shows. That says a lot about a group, right? Like
they've been active.
They are so active still. It's nuts.
I also do think like it's a different. You also want to think about it from a different perspective because I saw a video from ODG on YouTube channel, and you guys might have seen this. They bring on little kids somewhere between the age of 7 and 15, and they have these kids react to a whole bunch of stuff. Yep. They have Super Junior. The literal members sit next to the people.
Oh, like look on their career thing, right?
Right. They were looking back at their careers. And these kids were like, I thought you guys are variety people. You guys are idols? I was like, oh man, like I don't know how I'd feel if I was these people, like.
Yeah. Overall though, they're still chugging along. So shout out to Super Junior. Let's move on to a group now that is at the beginning of their careers, right? Like there's a 15-year difference in debut between Super Junior and Weeekly. But on Wednesday, the March 17th, we had Weeekly with their song After School. So they are from Play M, debuted last year in 2020. They have 2 title tracks, Zigzag and Tag Me before this one. Can I start off with a take? I have a bold take.
Bring your take. Your bold take.
This is a top 3 song of 2021 for me so far.
Oh, wow. Good take then.
Wow.
And I wrote down the other 2 for me. So it's this one, Weeekly, After School, and the other 2 are Dreamcatcher, Odd Eye. I really like that song. And then Epic High, Rosario are in my top 3.
Wow. Okay. Didn't expect to hear that. I don't know, Anita, is it also in your top 3?
It's in the, how should I say it? Based on their trajectory, Weekly's personal trajectory, and their singles so far, right? Their title tracks. This is definitely brought me back.
Yes.
even more into their stuff. I feel like Zigzag, I liked it. I thought it was really interesting. The concept they had, the sound that they were doing. But I think this even more kind of swayed me back.
100% agree with you. Yeah. Okay. I really prefer After School and Tag Me when we compare the three. Warren, After School, how'd you feel?
I generally have negative opinions this week about all the songs.
Oh no!
The thing I said earlier about House Party with Super Junior, not really an exception this week. The exception is After School by Weeekly. I really like that
track. Let's go, Weeekly.
I will be honest. I wasn't super into it the first couple of times I was listening to it.
I agree.
But like around like the third time, it instantly grew on me. Like the third time, and that's like I think that's like the perfect ratio you want to like grow in on. What was really interesting was like I think this was what I was waiting for, my friends. This is it.
I agree. This is it. This
is what I've been waiting for. I because okay, I think for like a year or so now, I've been like crying about I want a trap song with the BPM of somewhere between like 150 and 70. With and like bubblegum on it. I'm pretty sure if you go back a couple of episodes.
Oh no, I agree. I literally that's the first thing I wrote is bubblegum. Yes.
Bubblegum trap. This is it. You know, like
I wasn't thinking about the trap thing, but like I think the reason why probably all of us like this song the most is because for a lot of people, not including us, especially a lot of the old heads now, even though we're not that old, maybe we are, maybe we're boomers.
We're old, Doug. We're old.
We're from the era where like bubblegum is what drew you in. Like that's one of the things that we connect with hard. And there's been a distinct lack of bubblegum, straight bubblegum for a while.
Right.
This is more like new school bubblegum, and I think it's hitting on a lot of nostalgia for people, and that's why people love this song.
Right. I did write on my notes that it feels like a 2021 version of like 2016-ish Red Velvet.
I agree.
Maybe a girl
I
version
did hear
of
Red
NCT
Velvet
Dream.
type. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like this is it was very interesting. I didn't expect them to do straight trap. This is straight trap. They're following all the genre foundations. Like
you know how they describe this song? In the press release, they called this reggae pop. I don't know why, but that's what they called it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Chorus has two parts, right? The skateboard part and then the "I'm so good with you" part. I thought they worked so well together. The second half of the chorus hits so hard, dude. I picked a favorite member of this group. I like Jiyoon, the girl with the short hair, who was the first one to rap. She's so cute.
Yeah. Same.
Definitely my favorite kid of the group.
Yeah. She looks so happy.
Yeah.
Yo.
She's from the same city I used to live in Korea. Shout out to Bundang. Shout out to Seongnam-si. Let's go.
Here's the other thing. So their sunbiz at their company Play-M are A-Pink, of course, right? A-Pink, their initial style was more like a cute style, right? Like a pretty cute, flowery, you know.
Yes.
I like how we're going just straight bubblegum with Weeekly. I think it sets them apart from A-Pink, but they're still executing at a very high level, and that's what makes me very excited for them.
I feel like I'm getting hints, like a scent of ITZY.
ITZY?
With the energy, the high energy.
Yep.
But like obviously we're a lot more bubblegum. And it just feels like an updated version of the early 2010s, cute, but very energetic.
They got a good thing going right now.
They got a good thing going on, yeah.
I'm so hyped for them. Also, like, what was I going to say? So, their concept right now fits them so well. Like, there are so many groups where the concepts aren't fitting because they're trying to do the meta, whether it's dark, whether it's just straight, like, hip hop or whatever. There's a lot of groups where I feel like the concepts aren't fitting what these groups look like and perform like. This one fits them so well, which I think which enhances their song and their performance so much.
See, the thing is, like, I'm not gonna name any names, obviously, but like when you get a group of 16-year-old girls and you try to pull off "We are dark and edgy," it's not gonna work. I'm sorry, it's not gonna work.
Or it might, but it's very rare. Maybe not for every single member.
That's actually very fair. it works for some people. Most of the cases, I'm like, this, I'm not sure.
Man, this song is just so good. Like,
it's catchy.
It's so catchy.
Also, shout out to the skater girl aesthetic. I really like that.
Yeah,
they sold me on that.
The high school thing, they had a cute cat in. They had a cute cat in there. Like,
oh man, yeah. I saw what they're wearing, and I was like, I think Anita's into this kind of.
I love everything in the music video. It's so colorful, like best friends forever vibes. I like it.
My two favorite rookie girl groups. I won't include ITZY because they're too old now. In my opinion. Weeekly and Stacy are the two that have my eye.
Oh, I'm waiting for a Stacy comeback.
Stacy, there was a teaser but no date today, so it's gonna happen soon.
Very soon.
All right, let's move on to someone who does not do bubblegum. She's like the complete opposite. We have Jessi's What Type of X. She is from P Nation now. Debuted 2005. She's been in the game for a really long time. Her last 3 songs were Numb, Nunu Nana, and Drip, with 0 music show wins so far.
What type of X? More like what type of B?
Who?
They're being. I didn't say the word. I said B. I'm putting that out there. I'm safe for work.
All right, explain how you feel about the song, Warren.
Well, okay. Well, that I wasn't referencing about how I feel about the song. That's actually the lyrics. You know. Because, in the lyrics, she doesn't say what type of X. She says...
They censored it.
Right. How I feel about the track? I don't know. I think it reflects how I feel about Jessi in particular.
I completely agree with that point. I think if you are a fan of Jessi and her type of vibe and what she brings to the game, you probably like this song. If you are not, then you probably have a high probability of not liking the song.
I don't know, like even looking at her recent stuff ever since she's shifted from, what is it, Marvel J? Something J. She used to do a trio with like
Lucky
two
J.
other people. Lucky J, yeah, she used to do Lucky J. And then she shifted, and then she was clearly, inspired by party music and then Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and whatnot. And she has been doing these things for about half a decade now. And even looking at that, I would say this is personally the weakest. This is absolutely unenjoyable to listen to. Don't want to listen
to you. Yes,
to you, to Warren, not SojuTalk, to Warren.
I am sorry to everyone who out there enjoys this track. You can point your fingers at me. Don't leave down votes because these 2 other people probably enjoy them. But send me angry DMs. That's okay. I'll continue after you guys. Go.
For what it is, as a Jessi song, I thought it was fine. I liked it. I thought it was good vibes. It's a song similar to Weeekly that really fits Jessi, right? It's a purely Jessi song, full of everything Jessi. The only thing more full might have been her lips with filler. Just saying. But
okay, send your angry DM to Doug down too.
Hey, I'm just calling it how it is. Like,
I think she looks fine.
She looked fine though. You're doing her thing. The strong unnie vibes. I get it, right?
Look, I got thin ass lips, man. I'm not complaining.
Some things I liked. I think you either really like the chorus drop, don't like the chorus drop. The thing I did like was how they presented the chorus drop in the music video with her in the front with all the backup dancers. I thought that was a really cool visual. I liked what they were doing there. I think that Jessi, even though people know she can sing, I think she's still underrated as a singer. I think she's actually a pretty good singer. Rapping, we all know what she can do in rapping. Sometimes I think it's a little forced with how hard she's going with the rapping, but I think it is it's a Jessi thing. The song,
look, she's a stronger vocalist than a rapper, honestly.
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I listen to the stuff she did in Lucky J. She's very solid.
So this was clearly like a rock and hip hop mix is what they were going for. A lot of electric guitar going on. I'm not the biggest fan of the Jessi style. I prefer Jessi on variety shows because I think she just adds a lot of chaos to what's going on a lot of the time. She's gonna be on Running Man this week. Nice. UJ Sucks she's in the UJ Suck camp, so she appears on like all the shows he's on. I think that this song will do well in Korea though, similar to Nunu Nana. Like Nunu Nana was a song when we reviewed, we didn't think it was the best song ever, but I think the popularity of the song also reflected how popular Jessi is in Korea for that song. I also think that's going to hold with this one.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I realized that my tastes are a little different from like straight general public. It's also very different from straight K-pop fans. That being said, I don't know. I felt like okay, let's talk about what I like about the track.
Okay. Yes.
I think Jessi obviously brings a lot of presence. She is
for sure.
Yes.
Obviously, she's just there, and she just makes a big impact. However, I also think they're not doing her justice with the kind of vocal she's going after. Knowing her whole range, having seen her from her UPT Uptown days in 2005 when she was hanging out at Swings. Actually, they weren't in the same group at the same time, but still. Having seen all that, I don't think she's being utilized to the fullest. I think her attempts at doing the whole scratchy vocal thing, it didn't rub me the right way. I was like, this isn't super nice. I don't quite like it. So that's one thing. The arrangement, the guitar, I think was super energetic.
Yes, I really like
there's
the
a lot to enjoy about it in terms of instrumentation. But at the same time, just because you have nice ingredients doesn't mean you're going to end up with a nice finished meal. If you just throw everything into a bowl, that's not a meal. You need to cook it. This is uncooked. This is still raw. Look, the drop. I think personally...
Sorry.
I think you've perfectly captured how I feel. I thought it was very underwhelming. I wasn't sure where it was going. It had that whole...
Anita, I'm assuming you're a little more positive, like sort of where I am on this song, right?
Yeah, I guess, well, on the drop, now that we're talking about it, I feel like I saw the teaser for this, right? And they teased it with the drop, right?
With the drop itself.
Yeah,
okay.
So I thought like, okay, this is pretty cool. Sounds a little different, the guitar. And then they showed the choreo bit that she does with the black bodysuit. I thought that was really cool. And it interested me in that bit. But then in the song, I will admit that even though I do like the drop, at some point I feel like I wanted a little bit more afterwards because I feel like it does come in the exact same form multiple times. It doesn't feel like it goes a little bit further or like wraps it up in a different way. It just seems a little repetitive at some point. And I feel like in the beginning I do like it. I was like, yes, this is interesting, the choreo, but then it doesn't change. It doesn't feel like it goes
there's
further.
Not too much dynamics in this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess my opinion on the vocals was that Jessi has kind of been known for that raspy voice nowadays, and I feel like she is pushing that. And I guess she was kind of going maybe for a more rock sound as well because of the guitar. So maybe she was trying to purposely do more like rough vocals. But yeah, I agree. I feel like she's a really strong singer, and I kind of feel like this genre. I don't want to not genre, but like this concept, right? Like senani, like that type of vibe. I feel like
Girl crush.
Yeah, like girl crush. I feel like she's known for it, but she can do so much more. I don't know. I kind of am hoping for something else too.
Here's the thing. It's one of those things like we're going to ride this till we can't make money on it, I think, at this point. Until her popularity fades, I would assume that they're going to just keep doing this style.
I mean, you can't expect her to suddenly do after school.
No,
right?
but like
it'd be cool if she did though.
And like B-side, she does more like song, like straight up song or ballads.
She does more ballads on the B-sides,
right,
for sure.
Right.
You know, overall with Jessi, I think it's like similar to how people view her in the public with her personality. Same thing with her music. I think it's a clear reflection of that. I think it's okay though. But it's like it's a Jessi song. Like I don't know how else to put it. And I heard that another point we talked about pre-show, Warren hated the breakdown at the end or something.
Oh yeah, you want me to talk about that? Jesus.
Okay.
I have been listening to Illinois Records albums from like 2013 and 2012. Early, like mid-career Doki, the quiet stuff. 1111 with Yeongyulgori, YGGR and whatnot. Released in the early 2010s. This is before Migos was huge. The trap breakdown sounds like a cheaper version of that. It sounds like a cheaper alternative to music about a decade old. I'm sorry. I can't compliment that at all. I'm sorry. I was bewildered. You have so much money. I know you can do something better than this. Please. Yugon Hyung, I've been a big fan of your music for the past couple of years. I know you worked on this track. What are you doing? You were in charge of my childhood at some point.
Yo, Ward's like calling out the producers now. I like it. Overall, though, I think P Nation, they're making a lot of money off of Jessi. And the thing I'm happy about is that she's getting to do what she wants. So at the end of the day,
yeah.
I think that's freeing for her. And I think that's a general trend with P Nation as a whole. All right, last song. This one came out on Friday, March 19th. We have B.I.'s Midnight Blue. So he is now from IOK Company, I believe. Debuted 2014 on Show Me the Money, 2015 with Icon, with 27 music show wins.
Wow.
This is the first album of the Love Streaming project, and I believe it had 3 tracks. And the proceeds and donation from this album will be donated to World Vision, which is a charity.
That is great. Thank you.
So this is an interesting thing because it technically is his comeback to the game because, you know, he had the issues as to why he left Icon. They had like the drug controversy thing going on. And in between, he's been doing mostly producing plus releasing stuff on SoundCloud, I believe. But this is the first thing that's hitting the public in the mass way, I would say, right? Like, this is targeted towards the general public, right? I really liked the vulnerability of this song. Something about it hit real hard. My main takeaway from the song was I did not realize how good of a singer B.I. was.
Yeah, more focus on the vocals.
I thought it was very raw too. Like, I don't know. I really enjoyed this song. I thought it was feels the lyric I liked was what am I here for? I think it got very existential there. I think a lot of people can feel those type of lyrics. I also felt the decision to use like an animated music video is interesting. And I think that it was a strategic decision because this guy's coming back from what is considered like an oof in Korea, right? The drug controversy. And this is a good way because you can release music, but we don't have to publicly show him yet, right? So that's a step away from that. Additionally, we're donating all the money towards a charity, right? I know that B.I. does a lot of charity, so it's also a reflection of him, but it's also like gaining more positive karma, you know, at the same time. I think it was a really smart decision overall what they did with this.
I will say, like, even besides the image making part, the music video did a really good job of like portraying the mood.
Yes.
And, like, it was a lot more enjoyable watching the music video and the song together because like you have this entire like universal experience created together. Great mood, great vibes. Not super sold on the song by itself, but I can talk after Anita.
Interesting.
Okay.
For me, same thing that Doug pointed out. I think a lot of it came as like, how should I say, like very speaking like from experience maybe. And that's where I feel like the vulnerability comes from. Because I do feel like he's going for a more like, yeah, this is kind of like all the sides of me. This is kind of like the introspective side of me that I might not have gotten to really show off while I was in the group, or maybe like in response to what happened after he had to leave the group. So I think that was really, really interesting to do that as a reintroduction to him as an artist, because I think he could have gone a different route. Like, he's known for being a really good rapper. That was like his reputation, like his position in the group. So I feel like he could have, but he didn't. And I think that shows his versatility, showing the range that he can do, produce, sing, rap, everything. So I don't know. I think it sets it up for good reception, hopefully, for fans and general audience.
I think what shines most actually for me is not the rapping, it's not the vocals. I think his melody making skills. I think it really shines through. I really like the melody he's writing, and it's you don't get a lot of like opportunities to like make an emotional impact with just the melody by itself. But I think here that's where it's hitting hard for me. I understand that he's being introspective with the lyrics, and I really like that he's like probably wrote a lot of his lyrics from his own personal experience. That being said, it's a little surface level.
Fair. I think that's fair.
yeah, I don't really see a lot of depth here. There's usually, I actually got a question a while back. I think in some of the YouTube comments that was like, "What is Warren? You're putting this artist out for having no depth. What do you think has depth?" I think there's depth when there can be different arguments made about what the artist is saying. And it differs depending on perspective. Here it's very clear what he's trying to tell us. The lyrics are, and I think to be very frank, that's not really a bad thing. It's not really a great thing either, but at the same time, it is what it is.
More safe, maybe, like not necessarily
maybe
risky.
Yeah. I feel like if you're a fan of him or iKON's music in general, because I'm hearing some of that here as well with their like post love scenario stuff. I'm hearing a little bit of that as well, albeit with obviously a lot less of the YG touch. Where the whole instrumentation and mixing and whatnot sounds a lot more independent. Overall, with all that added, I feel like if you're a fan, I really think you're going to enjoy this. Otherwise, I'm not sure if it is going to do a lot. Because it's an awkward mix personally between the vocals are all right. The rap is not the most enjoyable personally. The melody's great. I think that's fine. The mixing is a little, yeah. So I think there's a lot that's being sold on it. I think it lacks a little bit in some places. I want to think of it as his stepping stone while he is, still in the early years of his solo career. And obviously, I think it says a lot for his production capabilities, and I'm really excited for what he's able to do as a producer.
I want to point out, so he is under 131 label, which is a subsidiary of IOK Company. And if y'all remember, he was instantly appointed executive director at that company, which was kind of crazy when it happened. I don't know what that means, what he's actually in charge of, but it's interesting. Overall, though, I agree. I think this was a solid reintroduction to BI, aka Hanbin. He's still going by BI, though. Interesting. I'm also very excited to see what he's going to do next because I think there is a ton of potential for him to blow up again real big because I think there's a lot of people who are supporting him. All right. Other releases this week include Drippin' with Youngblood. Mide, they had a debut with Killa. So that is the group from DSP that has Dongpyo in it. And then finally, ITZY had a special song for Mitzi called Mitzi. So it's literally a fan song. It's it's straight up fan song. All right, Spice King now. So this is the segment where the crew will decide which song reigns supreme. Songs will be evaluated in terms of song quality, spice, and listener fatigue. And the song that places number one will be this week's Spice King. Soju chart from last week, episode 130, consists of Brave Girls Rolling. They picked up their first crown. Second place was Rosé's On the Ground. Third place was Pentagon, Do or Not. There was a lot of discussion, both between the crew and people on our Discord, between whether we should continue to let Rolling be on the chart. Because people were saying we made a special exception last week to put them on. Maybe you should just have it like a special one-time thing. We had a lot of discussion. We decided that they are going to be fully eligible as long as they can keep charting on this chart.
So we're gonna treat it like any other track on the Soju chart.
Yes, and any song that goes extremely viral will also be considered available for the Soju chart going forward. All right, I got a Spice chart this week.
All right, you got a chart.
It's interesting.
It's an interesting chart. What you got?
I'll go from third place. Third place, I have Rosé's On the Ground. I'm still liking that song. In second place, big surprise, I have Brave Girls Rollin' in second place.
All right,
first place, I have Weeekly with After School. I think that they should be Spice King.
Can I go right after you without saying anything?
Yeah.
Sure.
On third, I have Rosé's On the Ground. On second, I have Rollin' by Brave Girls. And first, I have After School by Weeekly.
Wow.
Oh, wait. What?
We completely agreed. Oh, my goodness.
Anita, do you want to also go without making any comments?
Yeah, I guess. But I'll start from the top down.
Okay.
So number one for me is also Weeekly.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, great song.
Wow.
Second, I also have Rolling.
On third, no. You also have.
So third is where it got a little interesting.
Okay.
So for me, I had Pentagon in that spot.
That's fine.
But I've also been checking out Jessi's live stages for her latest song, just because, I don't know, the choreo is really interesting and she has great stage presence. So I don't know, I always try to check out her comebacks because they're really cool. So I'm a little torn between the two.
Hey, Anita, don't be too torn, because regardless of which one of those two you pick, it has no bearing on what's going to happen on the chart this week.
I know. Well,
just do Rose on the Ground, so the three of us are all in.
No.
It's not even on my list. I'm sorry.
All right, Anita, real talk, out of those two, I think you should pick Pentagon, but maybe that's just me.
I agree. I would do Pentagon.
Yeah, I feel like, to be honest, I am more leaning towards Jessi because of the live stages, but just song-wise, right? Mm-hmm. I would go for Pentagon.
All right.
So I'll put them on third.
So Anita has Weeekly, Brave Girls, and Pentagon. Real simple this week, actually. Like,
yeah, not too hard.
I bet you a lot of people are going to be confused because we've been portraying, not only on the show, but on the Discord, that we're like the most hardcore Brave Girls fans ever. Warren prefers the other song. What's the title of it?
We Ride.
We Ride. It is a city pop track from 2020. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Unzamane.
I don't know how often we get unanimous first place, but we do with 9 points, the maximum amount of points. We have Weeekly with After School. They're picking up their first crown. I don't think they've won a music show, so we just know we were the first one to let them win, right? Second place unanimously, we have Brave Girls with Rollin' with 6 points. Shout out to Brave Girls, still killing it. And then in third place, we have Rose's On the Ground. Boom.
Can be honest for a second. Like, I've been listening to Brave Girls Rollin' for a long time now at this point, because I saw I've actually run into the original video that that made them viral. I saw it while I was growing up. So like I've had my fair run with Rollin'.
I agree. I like the story. Maybe a little fatigue on the song right now. That's how I'm feeling.
That's why I've moved into Rollin'.
We Ride.
We Ride. Yeah. Rewrite. Not Rollin'.
All right. Finally, Anita. Show winners. Hit us with them.
Well, Brave Girls Rollin' had 6 music show wins, so they won on the show champion, M Countdown, Music Bank, and Inkigayo. Big congrats to them. And also Lim Young-woon had another first win with My Starry Love on Show Music Core. So congrats to them.
That's his first win ever. Im Young-woon is like the biggest trot guy right now in the game, so that's why he won there. Brave Girls picking up 5 wins to bring their total to 6. And also, Rolling is now the song by a girl group with the most time spent at a perfect all kill on iChart by surpassing 131 hours back on March 20th. As of today, actually, by the time you're listening to this, it might be like the 4th most successful song, because the way that they count all kills is that every hour you're at an all kill, they consider it another perfect all kill. That's how they do it. So the I'm going to call it most successful song on iChart. First one is Dynamite, 610 hours. Second place, IU Celebrity, 462. Third place is Zico with 330. And this was 2 hours from when we recorded. Sock 3, Beach Again was in 4th place with 208. Icon Love Scenario, 5th place with 204. And then Brave Girls Rolling at 202 hours. So by tomorrow, it'll probably jump those other 2 songs, and then it'll be in 4th place.
That is wild.
Big songs too.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a crazy list to be on.
Yeah.
Right? Those are all massive songs. I think that the obstacle they will face is IU next week, because IU is coming back, and that's a potential bracket buster, right, for them.
That is the one.
All right, but we are now at the end of part 1 of SojuTalk episode 131. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, Thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 131, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation.
Boom.
News and events from last week. There's not a ton of news, but we do have some things to talk about. So the first one is Big Hit's HYBE presentation.
Yes.
So on March 19th, Big Hit held a new brand presentation via the Big Hit label's YouTube channel. Through the presentation, Big Hit announced their new name, HYBE, which symbolizes, quote, connection, expansion, and relationships. As previously mentioned, rather than the name Big Hit disappearing, HYBE will be a, quote, bigger vessel for Big Hit to nestle in. So, made up of HYBE HQ and HYBE America, the company will consist of HYBE labels, HYBE solutions, and HYBE platforms. So there's 3 parts of this HYBE thing, right? Mm-hmm. HYBE labels will house Big Hit Music. So it's not Big Hit Entertainment, it's going to become Big Hit Music. B-Lift Labs, Source Music, Pledis Entertainment, KOZ Entertainment, and HYBE Labels Japan. So there is going to be a dedicated Japan label. HYBE Solutions will include the business units specialized in video content, IP, education, games, and more, while HYBE Platforms will include Weverse Company. Basically, labels is all the music, solutions is all the other business, platforms is Weverse. That's how you got to look at it. So those are 3 distinct parts of their company. The rest of the presentation was focused on a preview of the company's new building in Yongsan, Seoul. They moved into it, I think today or this week is when they're going to be moving into it. With a, quote, hyper nomad, end quote, concept. The new location will accommodate the employees' different needs, but also allow them to easily come together and disperse on a project-by-project basis. Rather than excessive decoration, the building is focused on functionality.
Okay. All right, let's break this down a little bit. First of all, they split HYBE into 3 parts.
Yep.
HYBE labels, which, like you mentioned, is doing music. HYBE Solutions seems like it's all about content there, right? Video content, education, IP, games, it's content.
All the other business ventures, I think, are in there.
Right. I mean, all the other business ventures they're doing is just content. That's what they're doing. HYBE Platforms is like, Weverse is literally a platform. That's like social media platform. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So by the looks of it, they have like a 3-way, what's the word? Triumvirate business.
Triumvirate is correct. That's the right word.
Yeah. You know, they got the Augustus and the Brutus and the other Kai.
Okay.
Caesar, Kaiser. I don't know what you want to say. Hopefully, none of them stab each other in the back. But okay. I mean, right now it looks pretty solid to me. You know, like I was just signed out of this document. Oh no!
This was like a 30-minute presentation, right? It was pretty much broken up into it was pretty much explaining what HYBE is in the first half, and the second half was like, this is our new building and this is our new brand.
Right.
I felt like the first half of the presentation was way stronger than the second half to me. The first half was like, all right, let's get down to business. This is what we're doing. This is how our company's broken up. This is what we're trying to do. I thought it all made a lot of sense. Personally, I thought it was like, okay. At the start, you got HYBE HQ, HYBE America, so there's clearly a big American component that they're trying to push eventually. Yeah. And the other thing was there was a lot of things with the name Japan at the end, so they're also really pushing into Japan hard. Makes sense to me.
There's a rumor looking
exactly. That's what I was thinking about. The second half, though, felt more like a startup pitch to me. Like, they brought in, like, these are the colors our company's gonna have. And then they basically showed you computer render images of the new building. And like how it's based and how their workflow is going to be. I don't know. It felt a little weird to me. Like, I don't feel like we should know like all that information or we needed to know all of that. Certain things with their decisions on the building. It's a completely open like office style. Right. Like to the point where they're like you could rearrange the walls and make new like office rooms and stuff like that was a big thing they're pushing. They're like you have a locker where you put your belongings but you work in the whole building type vibe. Right. Where we got
pick a random seat anywhere you'd like.
That kind of vibe. And they're like, oh yeah, you can work but you can rest, you can exercise, you can explore your things. Instead of an auditorium, we have something called the forum, which is basically similar to like Roman or Greek style auditoriums where there's just like a bunch of levels and then there's a person at the bottom. They got like they even mentioned like this is the coffee we're going to be drinking in the building. A lot of things like that. That's a lot of the office space. There is a dedicated like what I would say somewhat resembles like Big Hit. Like there was like a 3 to 5 layer section, which is like, this is where the music entertainment stuff happening. I think that's very standardized, like what they're doing now. But then the office space, because they're growing into an actual like big conglomerate now, that's where they had a lot of these like startup buzzwords going on, I felt.
I mean, they gotta sell this thing to the investors as much as possible. So I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doug, have you ever worked at an open office before?
Nope, I was in a cube farm when I worked.
You were in one of those traditional cubicles, right?
Correct.
Okay. I used to work at the previous company I used to work at was like a hybrid model between like it was a mix between an open office and then like there are areas that are like meant for like, oh, you can work here if you'd like, if you don't want to be at your desk, or you can do meetings here too. So there's like a white noise going on in the background. Obviously, you don't want to be too loud. And that was actually very nice. It was actually very much enjoyable. But I also will admit I do like having my space. I do like having an area where like people can come and be like, "Oh, Warren, how are the designs going?" They know where to find me if they want to find me. I don't know. This sounds interesting.
If you look, it looks so expensive. Everything looks so much money. They have like a garden, tree farm / running exercise area on one of the floors. Yeah. They have gyms on multiple floors near the staircase. I think all the staircases are meant to be very open. Like it's a very open concept is the main thing that they're going for. They got like the expensive lights in there that are like good on your eyes, right? Because that's the light pollution thing. They bought in all of the like ridiculously expensive ergonomic chairs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I also heard about that. There's rumors that they spent like $1 million on chairs for the building.
Oh my god!
Dude, chairs are important. My back hurts nowadays. You need a good chair.
When I worked at the office, I had like terrible back pain for like 9 months until I switched chairs. I think.
My.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. It's clearly targeted towards the investors. Like, I don't feel like a K-pop fan, really needs to know what their building's looking on the inside, because it's not like I'll ever see it in person, right? Like, that being said, like, they're doing. Actually, I'm not gonna make a real judgment call on it, but for me, as someone who's more of a traditionalist on office spaces and things like that, it seemed like. So it felt like a Google presentation in terms of what they're presenting you, like the Googleplex and things like that. That's what it felt like they were presenting in terms of office space.
Based on what we have right now,
they
HYBE is essentially they're essentially an entertainment-based tech company
for sure
that happens to do music and happens to do video content and these other things. So the whole concept they're going after makes sense.
It does make sense. Yeah.
Right. Everything they've decided on makes sense. If they were doing 100% traditional office layout, I'd be like, boo.
I agree.
But I also do agree with Doug. I read these Medium articles about like office trends and IT trends and whatnot, and it seems like people are kind of slowly moving out. Well, now we're all working from home nowadays, but like for a while, people were slowly moving away from completely open office layouts. Because there was a lot of like research done about like how much like closed cubicles raise productivity by this much percent and stuff like that. There's a lot of arguments about it and then against it. But at the end of the day, I think it says a lot about how HYBE is aligning themselves.
Oh yeah, super hyper modern. I think you should go watch the second half of the video. There's a lot of interesting things in the building. I would love to see it in person. It's not like I'll ever get the chance, but like it's one of those things that's like it looks ridiculous in a good way about like all the technology that they're throwing into this.
Wow.
It's gonna be crazy, this building.
Well, Doug, if you ever want to work at Big Hit, you can always apply at hybe.com.
I mean, are they hiring clowns? Like, it's probably the only chance I got. But
give me the HYBE gesture.
Bro, I will go around handing people pretzels, dude. I don't care. Like, I'll hand out water, nice warm towels. I'll do that, dude.
The snack cart.
I'll make them a little nice balloon sword,
Yeah, I'll go to clown school if they hire me. The next news is just JYP's future. So this week, Joy News 24 reported that JYP is planning to debut a total of 4 groups in the next 2 years. So a lot of this is speculative, but for the most part, these are generally correct. For the most, so 2012. 2021. The only group we're gonna get this year, this one's pretty much confirmed, is a new US based group through SBS is Loud and in collaboration between JYP and P Nation. I didn't know it was based in the US before I read this article.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know if that's gonna hold true, but if it is, that's interesting. 2022 though, we have a new Korean boy group in the first half of the year, new Chinese boy group in the second half of the year, and a male version of the Nizi project.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
All 3 countries of the Eastern Asia market.
Yeah. So the one in 2021, I don't know how they're gonna do SBS is Loud, but it's happening, right? So we're gonna get something. I don't know how they're gonna split a boy group too. So that's yet to be seen. But then we have all of these other groups. Stray Kids. Relatively new. We're gonna have a new Korean boy group already, though. Interesting stuff to me.
Been in the game for about 3 years now at this point.
Yep, but it was also revealed that Hana Financial Investments, that's like the main financial company that reports on K-pop because they always come up when I read these articles about like prospective things. But they believe that JYP Entertainment will see an increase of operating profit of 60% within the next 2 years due to the renewal of the music distribution in China. Is rumored to be with Tencent, which is a massive company in China, and the rise of Nizi. So they're big on JYP entering China and continuing in Japan. That's like they said the main basis of this. And also the numbers in the article were said to reflect GOT7 leaving the label already. So they took that into account. And for reference, JYP sales in the fourth quarter of 2020, so just quarter 4, so a fourth of the year, totaled to 41.7 billion Korean won, which is about 36 million USD, with an operating profit of 10.5 billion Korean won, which is about 9 million after everything was taken into account.
Some big boy numbers. Wow. I do want to correct the statement I made earlier. Stray Kids pre-debut was 2017 and debut was 2018.
Okay.
So I think it does make sense that they're debuting a lot of these new boy groups in Korea.
I could see it. There's a trend for companies to be able to maintain multiple groups within both genders at the moment.
Right.
So here's some things in the financial things that was also interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm getting the interpretation correct, but they were referencing like they feel that the numbers of Nizi and this China stuff will far exceed Twice at their peak, was something they said in this article.
Huh?
They were basically implying that Twice has peaked already in this article.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a spicy take. It's interesting that they would say that.
So let me just clarify. The peak of Nizi is going to be higher than the peak of Twice.
They think so based on how big the Japanese market is.
I mean, the Japanese market's pretty big.
So they were making some takes in there. They were like, yeah, GOT7's gone, but we're going to replicate we're going to make up for their numbers. Plus, like, I get that. I get what they're saying, that Twice eventually will start trending downwards, as all groups do.
Huh?
But, like, they're already, like, doing it. Like, they're already projecting this.
Damn. I mean, you know. I think Twice is hitting 7 years soon, aren't they? 2015. Yeah. Next year is their 7th year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They've had a good run.
What? It's not over yet?
I'm not as positive on the perspective of music distribution in China plus Nizi together as they are.
That's a little,
I feel like I'll believe it when I see it, is the type of mentality I would go into that. But if you're partnered with Tencent, so that rumor is based off of the fact that they had distribution rights with a company that just got absorbed into Tencent. So that's why they believe it's Tencent.
Gotcha.
If that is true, that's massive for them, right?
It's one of the 3 biggest IT companies in China, along with Baidu and Alibaba. So I mean,
like, wow. I like Nizi, but like Twice level, like we got news about Twice in Japan later in a couple minutes in the quick takes. I'll have to see what happens with that. Like, real talk.
I mean, you know, we're not in the Japanese market. We don't know how big. I haven't done my research on how big Nizi is.
They're pretty popular in Japan, though.
That's what I assume. Yeah. Right, because like
right, you know what? Let me move the Twice Japan news till right now. Let me just move.
What is going on with Twice in Japan? You lay it out, sir.
So Twice is officially now the best-selling K-pop girl group in Japan all time.
There we go.
By selling over 3.31 million copies on, I think it's Oricon. They passed the previous 10-year record. So Carl held this record for 10 years.
Wow, Carl.
And Twice just twice did it in just 5 years since their debut in Japan.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. Now, see, my question is NiziU considered J-pop or K-pop?
I think J-pop.
J-pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any other comments? You want me to keep going? Like,
no, I think this is great. Yeah.
All right, let's just formally go into quick takes then, right? The first one, Rosé broke the record for the highest first week album sales by a female soloist only 1 day after the release of her song by selling 282,000 albums on the first day. The previous 1 week record for female soloists was 147,000 albums by IU's Love Poem. So she pretty much doubled that. Rosé additionally had more than 500,000 stock pre-orders from Korea and many other regions, including the United States, Japan, and China.
Wow.
Very nice.
Big numbers.
Yes.
Big numbers. In terms of other big numbers, BTS achieved their first ever RIAA US double platinum certification for Dynamite by selling over 2 million units domestically in the United States.
Wow.
Mic Drop, Boy With Love, and Idol all previously went platinum in the US by selling only 1 million albums.
Right.
I mean, not 1 million units, not albums, units of the song.
This is double platinum we're talking about here.
Double platinum.
Over 2 mils. My goodness.
That's nuts. Next, Hong of S2 Entertainment is set to debut a new girl group called Hot Issue in April.
With
4 Minute?
Well, there's connections to 4 Minute, but Hot HOT stands for honest, outstanding, and terrific. Previously, Hong was the guy who established Cube Entertainment and led to the rise of Beast and 4 Minute.
Okay. So the group name is Honest, Outstanding, and Terrific Issue.
No, it's just
acronym.
Hot Issue.
It's
Acronym,
just
Warren.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what
There's been a lot of news about this Hong guy, right, making this new company. Really interested to see what happens because, we have a very distinct Cube style, at least in my head. I wonder how much it's going to overlap with this new group, especially with the name Hot Issue. Feels like you got to go something
Shout out.
hard.
Honest issues, outstanding issues, and terrific issues only for Hot Issue. So,
all right, here's something Warren might be interested. Uncut Point, the parent company of design studio Laundry
Office. Yeah,
Laundry Office and hip hop label Make It Rain, has become the first domestic sub label under Warner Music Korea. So Laundry Office has previously worked as the creative team for albums from SM, JYP, and YG. I believe that they work in designing the physical albums for these companies. So it's a design company, but it's also the parent company of Make It Rain. And now they're under Warner Music Korea.
Interesting connections. Cool.
Warner Music Korea is trending towards R&B and hip-hop, though, because the only artist I can think of off the top of my head is Jamie, who's under their label.
They've been doing that for a while. I think Zine debuted as a soloist under Warner Music, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so that's the direction they're going.
Yeah.
I feel like
they've been in that direction for a while. It's been half a decade, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's an interesting move because, like, I don't like. It just feels like Warner Music Korea. The name Warner Music has a bigger meaning outside of Korea than in Korea, for sure. Right?
It doesn't really mean much in Korea now, to be very frank. Yeah.
All right. Lastly, Pledis Entertainment has firmly denied recent rumors regarding 17's Mingyu. This is the bullying/school violence rumors. Several of his accusers, though, have apologized and they for the misunderstanding and stuff. Additionally, Cube has proceeded with legal actions regarding false information regarding G-Idol's Soojin. Soojin herself stated, quote, "If it turns out that I did something wrong, I will take on the punishments and leave the group, but the truths about the things I didn't do will also be revealed." Boom.
Ooh, okay.
That's a statement.
Okay.
Honestly, you wouldn't say something like that if you were if you weren't 100% confident.
I would hope so. Yeah.
I would hope so as well. Yeah. We'll see.
It's one of the with these bullying/school violence stuff. It's a situation where we're like finally going through the weeds and we're finding out which ones have like ground to stand on and which one of these were just like brought up. which I think is like due process. And I think the companies that held on to their statements until they fully researched and talked to people are reaping the benefits now, I think, for sure. In terms of... Oh, you got something?
I do want to correct what I said earlier. Dean is actually a Universal Music Group, so never mind what I said earlier about all that.
So he's not in the Warner Music Korea. Okay.
Right. He's different, yeah.
Announced comebacks. Everyone and their mother announced the comeback. So we have Sorn from CLC, solo debut March 23rd. Tiara's Soyeon March 24th. Sejong March 29th. Infinite Sungyu March 29th. T1419 March 31st. Third Eye April 1st. Jinhyuk April 5th. D Crunch April 6th. Jaehwan April 7th. Bae 1713 April 9th. Only One of April 9th. Kang Daniel April 13th. ITZY April 30th. Stacy April.
Ooh.
The thing,
Stacey.
all right, ITZY.
Girls.
Why are we announcing the comeback 40 days out? Like it just feels so far away, right? Am I the only one who feels that way? A whole month out?
They just want you to be really excited.
Yeah, put it on your calendars.
Yeah.
It just feels
who,
like
dog?
it just
Guess
feels
who?
so far out to me. I don't know.
We'll see.
State of the Nation. I'll go last this week. You know.
Oh, okay.
Warren, you could go first. What have you been doing?
I've been watching the new Marvel Disney Plus drama called Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah.
That is the show is called Falcon and Winter Soldier, not Winter Soldier and Falcon. It's actually, the thing is, like, I don't actually talk about this in the show a lot, but I'm a bit of a Marvel boy, if you will.
Yes.
I think I've seen most of their movies and whatnot, having a good time watching these dramas. I will not lie, it's passable as a movie.
Quality wise?
Yes.
Oh.
Like, because they were like, there's gonna be some action, guys. You know, like, we know what you guys are expecting. We're gonna have some action, and boy, did it get a great action sequence. Oh boy,
Nice.
You know, like, honestly, they're investing so much money into it. The premise of the show is, I guess, Endgame spoilers. If you haven't seen Endgame,
No.
I don't know. But you know, with all the people dead and you know Captain America being really old and whatnot, the show begins off with Falcon and the shield, and then he decides to donate it to the Smithsonian Museum.
Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Obviously, we don't like the government, so the government starts doing shady things with it. And then Falcon it looks like he's retired. He's like going back, dealing with family things and getting loans to run a business.
Interesting.
So it's a slice of life show, if you will, about fishing.
Wait, really? Like no cap?
No, I'm just messing with.
Okay.
I'm sure but there was a lot of like there was actually a lot of subplots in the show, and I'm very interested in how they're gonna play it out. Because like you know how like sitcoms and American dramas and whatnot have like they always have like 2 or 3 like different plots going on in one show. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that in a very positive way. And you know, I'm having a good time. If you want to watch, if you liked Captain America and you want to see more of it, well, this isn't Captain America, but I'm sure you'll have a good time. So,
I had a question about it though.
Yeah.
Do you think there's been? I've heard people say that a lot of the shows that are happening on Disney Plus that are like Marvel centered, do they lead up? Like, do they set up for the next series of movies? Do you think this is what's happening?
Well, I mean, I can't say for this show because it's not finished yet. We've only had 1 episode so far.
Okay, yeah.
But what did wrap up 2 weeks ago is WandaVision.
Yeah.
Great show, by the way. Highly suggest, even if you're not really into superheroes. This is I will admit there were some significant plot involvements. And it is supposed to lead in a little bit into the next Doctor Strange movie called Doctor Strange.
How expensive is Disney Plus?
I think like what, $15 a month.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Or so.
Okay.
I get Hulu with it along with ESPN Plus and whatnot. But I split it with a couple other people. Don't tell Disney Plus.
Okay.
But yeah, so that it's a lot cheaper on my end. I would let you join my family account, Doug, if I could.
I'll just pirate it. It's fine.
Yeah,
just saying.
We don't promote it though, but yes.
No, we don't officially promote pirating.
I do, but okay. Anita, what have you been doing? Anita.
Not much.
Attack on Titan.
That show. I've been renting because I don't know if you're really interested in it and what's going on. Please look up like a lot of the implications of like the stuff that's going on in that show.
Anita is having ethical qualms while watching season 4.
Yeah, and I hope some viewers are too, because if you're not, well, you miss some things. But
oh man,
it's very obvious. It's very obvious. You have to not be paying attention, I guess, to not catch on.
I will be honest. I've been following Attack on Titan through Wikipedia spoilers.
Yeah.
It's been a great ride. There's been a lot of emotional ups and downs without watching any of the episodes.
Hey, I watched season 1 and season 2 back in the day.
Yeah.
And I've been watching like YouTube videos, so I know what happens in season 3. I'll still probably go back and watch 3 and 4 at some point.
Same, yeah. I will admit there was a whole criticism section in Aaron's page on Wiki, in the Korean Wiki called Namu Wiki. There was a whole controversy, evaluation section, if you will, that has all the criticisms that readers have had. So, Anita, you are not alone.
Good, because it's problematic.
Anything else, Anita?
Oh yeah.
No, nothing much. What else? Oh, I'm gonna get a haircut soon, so that's happening. Nice.
I have not cut my hair since the hair cutting episode, like I promised. We'll see what happens. It's a mess though under this hat. It's long. Okay.
All right. Weeaboo Douglas.
I watched way too much anime this week. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I'm really working that Crunchyroll account real hard. I'm working for that like $8.79.
Make it worth it.
Yeah.
As I said last week, I was finishing up SAO. I watched all of season 3, which is the Alicization arc stuff. It was honestly my second favorite stuff, other than the season 1 first half. I thought it was really good. Alicization I thought was great. Season 3 was cool. Other two, I watched 2 complete series also this week.
Wow.
I first watched Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched all of it.
Yes.
I'm fully caught up. I think there's a couple more episodes left in the season. Really good show. It's in my top 5 of all the stuff I've watched.
Nice.
I'm putting it in there. I think it's in number 4. That's about where it is. And on my list, it's the number 1 straight shonen thing. So that's pretty cool. The premise is basically they're exercising these curses. That's like, which are essentially demons. That's the premise of the show. That's all they're doing. Really cool though. I love the way the characters are portrayed. All the female characters in the show are strong, independent women who don't need a man.
Yeah.
I like that. I found it very refreshing. Because sometimes in these animes that I'm watching, it's like the female is just there to be the love interest of the guy. Not in this show. They tell all the dudes. they tell the main character how stupid he is all the time, and I think it's great. Also, another show that's ongoing, ReZero Season 2. The last episode is this week. Hype City, dude. Season 2, like Season 1 was like, all right, this is fun. I remember I said I had complaints about the pacing and the plot device of the restarting whenever he dies. Season 2 is a totally different animal. It's so much better. It's like, that's also in my top 5 shows now. I think think season 2 has convinced me that it's a really good show. I'm really excited. The other show that I finished was Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Hey.
It's a romance comedy, straight up romance comedy, not in my normal wheelhouse of shows. That being said, the main premise, Anita, is these 2 people, they both like each other, right? Yes. But whoever admits that they like each other first is the B-side of the relationship, so they don't want to do that. That's the entire premise of the show. So they're basically doing everything in their means to make the other person confess first. That's the whole premise of this show. It is amazing. It is my second favorite anime out of every single thing I've ever watched in terms of anime. That's how much I like the show. Completely unexpected. I ran it through Warren. I'm like, should I watch this? He's like, you're gonna love this. He's like, I don't know, it's a comedy thing. That's not really your wheelhouse, bro. Watch this show. It is so good.
Good stuff.
Finally, I've been watching Konosuba, which is another isekai show. Isekai is basically like normal guy gets transported into a fantasy world, or below average guy gets transported into a fantasy show. This is more like, it's ridiculous, this one. Like, a lot of weird stuff is going on. It's really funny, though. It's like a lot more comedic than an average isekai. It's pretty light, though, but it's enjoyable at the same time, is what I'll say. Not too many stakes, nice. But it's fun.
I think looking back at the 2010s of animes, I've been much more of a comedy consumer rather than other genre. Comedy, a little bit of slice of life, a little bit of shonen, a lot of sci-fi. That being said, I think if I had to pick my favorite comedy animes from that era, Grand Blue, The Daily Lives of High School Boys, and then Konosuba. I'm not sure if I would add Nichijou in there actually. Okay. I'm not sure how to classify that.
Crap.
It's a thing of its own. You are rude. But no, Konosuba and Kaguya-sama would be my top 10 comedy animes of that decade for a good reason.
Bro, just watch all right, Crunchyroll, if you don't have the premium stuff, you're going to get the ads. Just watch the first 2 episodes of Kaguya-sama. You'll be so hooked instantly. The writing is so smart.
No, I'm not officially supporting it, but there's 9 anime. You might be able to watch anime there. I don't know. I've never used it.
I wrote down a top 5 series for me at the moment. Do you want to hear it?
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Go for it.
Number 1 is still the Monogatari series. All of it. I still think that's my favorite thing. Nice. Number 2 is Kaguya-sama Love is War.
Oh, wow. Already?
Nice.
Yeah, it's number 2. Number 3, Violet Evergarden. Number 4, Jujutsu Kaisen. Number 5, ReZero. So that's the top 5 for me right now.
That's a solid rounder.
Before I had Demon Slayer in like 5, but I think ReZero season 2 proved like I liked it more than Demon Slayer season 1. Even though Demon Slayer season 1 was amazing, I think ReZero has really grown on me lately.
A lot of fun stuff. I used to have a top 5 rank. I forgot what they were.
You know what's not on here? Any Fate stuff, even though I'm really into Fate.
Exactly. I was surprised. You didn't name it.
I think Fate for me is just the time invested is why I like it so much. And the animes of it were great, you know, a lot of action-packed stuff, and it was more just like wow, I get to see the anime version of the stuff that I read, essentially, right? So it was more confirmation on how I liked it. So, you know, it is what it is. I think if the Saber route was done by UFO Table, or however you pronounce that, it would probably be in my top 5, but it's not. Because I got the Studio Dean version of the Saber route, a little bit poo-poo ass, you know? Even though Studio Dean did Konosuba. So, it is what it is.
I will admit, like, having talked to and communicated with several weeblets and weeaboos of my time, I feel like the first anime they watch, and I'm not talking about Naruto or One Piece, I'm talking about, like, some weeb shit. The first thing they watch, I feel like, holds a special place in their heart.
I agree. Yep.
But it's also like the first kiss.
What?
You don't know what you're doing, and you're just moving your lips. It supposedly feels good. It kind of does, but you don't know what you're doing, and you're super nervous too. So like, there's a bit of good, a bit of bad. But you know, there's better anime out there.
Well, here's the thing: the first thing I watched on this anime run was the Unlimited Blade Works, which is pretty good, right? So, I guess that's why it sticks in my head a lot. Plus, I just am invested in the characters. But we're now at the World Cup thing we're doing this week. Before we take a little break to switch the cameras and the view you're seeing, what are we doing this week, Warren?
We are doing Best Pizza World Cup. We're gonna pick our
best pizza topping World Cup specifically.
I wouldn't say topping anymore, actually, because some of them aren't very topping specific.
Okay.
The whole thing.
Some of it, a couple of them have interesting crust.
Hey man, I'm from the New York, New Jersey area, bro. Hey, I love my pizza. Hey, pizza time. Okay, let's take a break.
We're gonna go.
3, 2, 1. All right, let's debate some pizza. What is the first combination, Warren?
Round 1 is barbecue chicken pizza versus Hawaiian pizza. Hawaiian pizza obviously is ham and then pineapples. Barbecue chicken, you got barbecue sauce, some grilled chicken, some purple onions, a little bit
some
of
cilantro, cilantro.
On top.
This is interesting because these are some of the two most popular non-traditional pizza toppings. Hawaiian obviously is an American staple, the pineapples. And then barbecue chicken is, when I think of barbecue chicken, I think of the West Coast and specifically CPK or California Pizza Kitchen. If you're in the United States, that's what they're known for, is the barbecue chicken pizza. Both of these are really good pizzas, right?
They are.
There's some sub-arguments, right? Hawaiian, pineapple on pizza, yes or no, right? That's a big argument.
That's the one.
Barbecue chicken pizza, is barbecue sauce okay on a pizza? We have two sub-arguments going on here.
I mean, if you're the type of person that doesn't like sweet things on top of pizza, like both of these are a no-go for you.
I think these hit Korean palates pretty well, both of these, because Koreans like sweet stuff in general.
Oh yeah, we do like the sweet and salty, like that's our thing, tansan dansan, I mean,
I have a preference.
I do as well.
If they were these, I'm gonna say if they were two pizzas made by the same place, right? One is Hawaiian. That's how I'm judging this, not on the pictures, because some of these pictures may look more delicious than other ones.
Right.
If I have from the same place, I got a Hawaiian and a barbecue chicken, I'm gonna take a barbecue chicken slice.
Same.
I can't believe this. Oh my goodness. Guys, America has 50 states.
Okay.
I love all my states of America. 50
I love
states
Hawaii,
of America. Hawaii is the wonderful state of America, and therefore we are honoring it with Hawaiian pizza.
Here's the thing.
If you don't pick Hawaiian pizza, then you are being disrespectful to the Hawaiians. And
I love Hawaii.
That's not true.
Hey, I've told you my life goal is eventually to move to Hawaii when I'm old. I've stated this before.
How dare you not choose Hawaiian? Also, legit reason against barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
Hawaiian pizza, I think, tastes okay even when it's cold. Barbecue chicken pizza, when it's like cold, it is disgusting. It is
okay. That is not true.
Here's the reason why I don't like Hawaiian pizza sometimes. I feel like the pineapple chunks, right?
Yeah.
Too overpowering and chunky sometimes. You know what I'm saying, Anita?
Yes.
Like you eating the pizza, all of a sudden like, oh, we're having a fruit cocktail all of a sudden,
Here's the thing.
What'd you say, Warren?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Here's the thing. When we eat pizza, what is your drink of choice? What is your beverage of choice?
Probably like if we not on a diet or anything, probably like a Coke.
Yeah. Coca-Cola. Yeah. What does Coca-Cola taste like? It's
sugar.
Sweet. Pineapple is also sweet.
Barbecue chicken pizza is also kind of sweet, dude.
That's a different kind of sweet though.
But there's like a smoky flavor. Red onions are nice. If you're a cilantro fan, like I am, great. Like I love me some cilantro.
I love cilantro too. But like the thing is, like cold cheese on top of like cold barbecue.
Hey, I'm thinking about peak pizza, right, Anita? We think
it's warm.
It's warm. It's nice.
Warm.
I'm thinking about universal states. How does it taste when it's hot? How does it taste when it's cold? People love cold pizza. Some people like warm pizza. Why don't we
chicken
appeal
pizza
to
cold
them?
tastes fine. It tastes good.
Warren, you have been outvoted, sir.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't like the pineapple chunks, but I do think it's okay to put it on it. I just am not a huge fan.
Well, to all the listeners who are listening in from Hawaii, our wonderful state.
Aloha, mahalo.
I would like to say these two angry people, you can send your angry DMs to them, not me. I didn't do it, not me.
So the Hawaiians can send me hate mail. Oh, whoops, I messed up the screen. And the Jessi fans can send you angry emails, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Round two, we have pepperoni pizza and potato pizza. Now
you gotta explain the potato more to people at home.
Yes,
because they ain't seeing what we see.
Potato pizza. Okay, potato pizza is a very exclusively Korean thing. Mm-hmm. You have normal pizza, then you have potatoes on top of it, a slice of potato, a wedge, if you will, per slice. Then you top it with some fresh bacon. And then on top of that, you get a round of mayo. going around.
And
then you sprinkle in
corn. There's corn.
Right, you sprinkle in some corn and a little bit of mushrooms as well.
For the record, the mayo that they use in Asian countries, the QP stuff, is not like American mayo. It's sweeter.
Right, it's a lot sweeter and it's a lot less greasier, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's not just like, I find mayo a little bit gross, even though it's good on like a turkey sandwich or something. But like, it's not like as gloopy and as oily as a traditional mayo. Right, it has a more sweet flavor. Like you put it on a okonomiyaki or something, bomb.
And it becomes almost a little creamy and savory, if you will, and makes the perfect balance.
That being said,
and the cheese and the bacon and tomato is the perfect combination, and therefore I demand it is the perfect pizza to exist. It is literally my favorite type of pizza.
Here's the thing.
When I visit Korea, I eat this.
Here's the thing.
I get takeout. I get delivery food when I'm sitting in Korea for a week.
Anita.
Because it is so good.
Yeah.
Pizza, Pizza School, Domino's Pizza. It is great.
Anita.
Pepperoni pizza's all right. It's good. I like it.
We haven't even said we're team pepperoni yet, dude. All I'm saying is that picture of the pepperoni pizza looks bomb, doesn't it, Anita? It looks so good. It looks so good right now. Okay, here's the thing. Pepperoni is like base topping of a pizza, right? Pepperoni pizza. Hey.
Basic. Yes.
Pepperoni adds not much of a meaty thing. It's more like a salty thing going on, right? It just adds to it. Yeah. It's never done anyone wrong. Like if you like pizza, pepperoni's like, it's there, pepperoni, great, right?
It's the
like,
go-to.
I'll take a slice. This potato joint over here,
guys, trust me.
Here's the thing.
If any of you guys
how are these potatoes cooked? Are they fried or are we just like steamed?
They are grilled and a little crispy on the outside, and soft. If they were soft like mashed potatoes on the inside.
If it was like
it's amazing.
If it was like a KFC wedge, right, Anita? We got something going on here.
No, guys, trust me. It's like eating grilled potatoes, but it's on top of a pizza, and there's bacon. Everyone loves bacon, guys.
Here's the thing. I like pepperoni pizza. When my favorites aren't, because like I normally go to slice joints. Ooh, look at me, all pretentious. Because in New York, New Jersey, there's a concept called a slice joint, which is not a chain pizza. It's like an individually owned pizza place. They have a glass case that has like all of these individual pizzas they made. You pick out a couple slices, get yourself a nice little can of Coke. You having a good time here, right? Watch some baseball or some soccer on the TV. There's a little 7-year-old kid who's doing the cash register because his dad owns the pizzeria. That's a very typical experience in like New Jersey with a pizza place.
It's fun. I like it as a transplant.
This potato joint though, looking kind of good.
Yeah.
Anita, which would you pick?
See, pepperoni.
Is this sweeter? Is this before Anita continue? Is this sweeter than a typical pizza? Ooh. It is, right?
It's a little sweeter, but it's not annoyingly sweet. It's like savory amounts of sweet, if you know what I mean.
Anita, what's your preference? You could continue now.
Well, pepperoni's a classic, right? I think it's a staple. It's a go-to. I don't think it can let you down. It's hard to mess up a pepperoni. The potato pizza. It looks out there. It looks like.
What do you mean out there?
Well, to me, right? I haven't had much experience with potato pizzas. I don't think I tried any while I was in Korea, but it intrigues me because I like potatoes. I like corn.
Here's the thing: if bacon. I'm drunk, I would take that potato slice. I think.
Trust me. Guys, I swear, if anybody in Korea is listening, I know a couple of you are out there on the Discord. I know y'all. Get it delivered to your place and try it out. Trust me, it is one of the most popular kinds of pizza in Korea. Like
Anita, which would you choose? Because I honestly will satisfy Warren's choice and choose potato this time. I think. Here's my reasoning. Mm-hmm. I prefer plain pizza to pepperoni. That's, I think, my reasoning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Anita, what would you have chosen?
Honestly, just for the fact that I haven't tried it yet, right?
Anita, we pushed Shakshuka to the finals.
I am intrigued. So I would try the potato pizza.
All right, we're going potato.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. Round 3. 4 cheese pizza and meat lovers pizza.
Oh, these are 2 pizzas that have too much stuff going on, in my opinion.
Same.
Yeah.
So 4 cheese pizza is just a blend of 4 different cheeses, as it says. There's just so much cheese going on. If you're a cheese lover,
sauce?
this is for you. There's supposed to be red sauce, but sometimes there's so much cheese it overpowers it.
You can never see it.
Meat lovers, if you don't know what it is, it's like all the meat they have at the pizza store. So I'm talking like pepperoni, sausage, bacon, ham, whatever you got, you putting it on this.
Right. On the picture, we got those 4. That being said, there was a time when I was into frozen pizza for a while. It was in college. Meat lovers was my go-to because it actually isn't that bad. And if you get frozen pizza, it's kind of like sporadically placed out. So like every bite isn't like meat heaven. It's more like I'm getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Neither of these are considered traditional either.
No.
Also, let me shout out some places in New York that have really good pizza.
Oh yes,
John's on Bleecker Street. That's a famous one. Lucali in Brooklyn. Tafara is it's like the goat pizza in New York. Also, we have places like Roberta's, which is near Coney Island. You know, I know me some pizza. Oh, Prince Street Pizza. They have a really famous square slice with spicy pepperoni. Very famous right now.
Ooh.
I know my pizza game a little bit.
Wow.
Saying.
Pizza man Doug here.
That being said, between these 2, you're either having a cheese bomb or a salt bomb, right? Is the decision you're making here.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, the cheese pizza is also kind of a salt bomb, to be honest. And like, it's not super enjoyable to chew on. I'll be honest.
It's like, if you're a cheese lover, this is for you. Other than that, you probably ain't gonna enjoy this all that much. I think I'm gonna choose the meat lovers. Anita?
I go with meat lovers as well, just because I like the umami flavor more than just cheese.
Anita, not Anita. Warren, what would you have gone with?
I'm also doing meat lovers.
All right, meat lovers. Let's
all
go.
Right.
White pizza versus pepperoni and jalapenos.
All right, white pizza is a pizza that doesn't have... Number 1, this picture's terrible. It looks so oily. It's normally not like that. But
sorry.
White pizza is a pizza that does not have sauce, so it is sauceless. Instead, you generally have some ricotta cheese on it, and I've also seen it with caramelized onions on top of that.
Ooh.
So that's how that is. The other one is just straight up jalapeno and pepperoni. The interesting thing here is this is Anita's favorite, isn't it?
I like it, yeah.
And white pizza is my favorite pizza. So.
Oh no.
Doug, I have some bad news for you.
God damn it, dude.
Pepperoni jalapeno is also my favorite at Domino's.
There you go.
It was. I ordered it like once a month for like a whole straight year in college.
I don't like jalapenos all that much.
Well, I don't like ricotta cheese.
Oh, let me just endorse white pizza, even though it's gonna lose here.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
The reason
nice.
why white pizza is good is because the ricotta cheese. It's creamy. You know, it's a different style of cheese. It's generally, this pizza is a lot more garlicky than a typical pizza because they put a lot of garlic powder on it. It's like garlicky and creamy and cheesy. Wonderful. If you've never tried white pizza, give it a try. It's a little bit of a niche pizza. I know that it's not super popular, but for me, it's one of the best. There's a place in Brooklyn called Best Pizza in Williamsburg, which has a really good white pizza. They put sesame seeds on the crust. Also, they got the caramelized onions, and the guy is the guy who was on the Munchies channel and has that pizza series. He's the guy who owns that place. So go check out White Pizza.
Wow.
Well, I shall go once I have the vaccine. But I think the jalapenos, the thing here is, right, it's like, it's not pickled jalapenos.
It's not pickled? Okay, I can deal with not pickled jalapenos.
I think it really adds the right amount of spice to spice things up. The boring parts of pepperoni pizza. Do you agree, Anita?
Definitely.
I have bad spice tolerance, and you guys know that, though.
Yeah, that's understandable, though.
No, that's on you. I don't understand that.
All right, let's pick the pepperoni and jalapeno pizza.
Crust.
And it loaded. Okay, we're good.
Round 5, we have Gorgonzola pizza versus Supreme pizza.
All right, one of these. So Supreme is the type of pizza you got a good mixture of everything. You got a couple meats, maybe like a pepperoni, a sausage, and then you got a lot of vegetables, including olives, onions. What else is in this normally? I've seen some banana peppers, mushrooms been thrown into that.
Bell peppers, yeah.
Gorgonzola pizza is typically, I've seen there's normally candied nuts on it on top of having gorgonzola cheese, and there's oftentimes blue cheese clusters as well. And typically, sometimes places drizzle some honey on top of this one.
Or you dip it in honey.
Yeah.
That being said, it sounds very weird, but I've had it once and it was a wonderful experience. I had a great time eating it. It was very much enjoyable. I had honey all over my hands and I was sticky, and my phone was very honey and my face was very honey.
I'm all sticky. It was great. Sorry. I think it really comes down to, can you handle blue cheese or not? Because that's the predominant big flavor you get from that one when you're eating it.
That's true.
Because gorgonzola by itself is not too pungent. Blue cheese though is a base level pungent cheese, right? The base level pungent cheese. I am not a huge fan of blue cheese, so I would probably choose the Supreme pizza.
I mean, once it becomes pizza, it doesn't have a strong scent.
Yeah.
And it's actually, I think it's very much enjoyable. That being said, I think Supreme is one of the most safest pizzas to go with.
Oh, Anita, I will answer your question now. Anita asked, did Supreme lose? Supreme lost in our previous recording, but it shuffled all the ones that we haven't done because we had to reset round 4. So that's what's happening.
Okay. I was a little confused.
Yeah.
Which one would you pick, Anita, between Supreme and Gorgonzola?
We'll see. In the previous recording, I did say that onions are not my favorite vegetables. And Supreme does tend to have a lot of it.
True.
For some reason.
It does.
For some reason.
But see, I'm also not a fan of blue cheese.
Blue cheese is too much funk for your boy.
That's a dilemma.
Yeah. See, I feel like it would be easier for me to take out the onion from Supreme than the cheese from Gorgonzola.
Just to be very clear, when you eat Gorgonzola pizza, the scent, the pungent smell of blue cheese is not as strong as just normally eating blue cheese.
But honestly, I've had the Gorgonzola a couple times. I feel like you need the blue cheese to have the whole picture of what you're eating here. You know, it's a component. Whereas the Supreme, you take out the onions, there's still a lot of other things happening at the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree though. Why does Supreme come with so many onions always? No, I completely agree with that statement now that I'm thinking about it.
Here's the thing though, right? Supreme, growing up when I was a child, my mom is more of a veggie eater than a meat eater. It's not like she's vegetarian or anything. She prefers veggies. And I've always been more of a meat eater. And my mom would be like, "Oh, Warren, we are having pizza for dinner tonight. Get excited." And I was like, "Oh boy, I'm super excited for all my bacon, my jalapenos, potatoes, And then out comes this giant mess with all sorts of onions and bell peppers and olives. And sure, now that I'm 20, however much years old, it's all right. It's enjoyable. But I have some traumatic experiences, some deep scars in my heart of being let down when I was told we're eating pizza. Instead, we get a salad on top of a pizza.
I feel like
no pizza.
Supreme is like we need to get a lot of food. You get the Supreme pizza. Anita, you're going to pick Supreme, aren't you, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to too. Sorry, Gorgonzola. Although I get that it is the bougier pizza and it's more expensive. But
weird.
Here's a fun fact. I got blue cheese and feta mixed up in my head for about 5 years. Oh, no. And I thought I didn't like feta when it was actually I didn't like blue cheese because feta's actually good feta's not that strong at all. But I just had that weird image in my head. But my god, we got the two weird ones.
Round 6. We have Burger Bite Pizza versus Kimchi Pizza Tangsuyuk, also known as Kimpi Tang for short.
Which I'll explain Burger Bite, what I'm looking at here, right?
Yeah.
It's a pizza. It's a Korean style where there's a lot of stuff going on. Or I don't know where it's from, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the middle.
It's from Korea, yeah.
I got a bunch of things. I see broccoli, some roasted sun-dried tomatoes potentially, French fries, I think that is.
Yep.
Some Asian mayo on it.
Oh, no, that's tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce?
Oh, yes.
Tartar sauce.
Like tartar sauce, like what I put seafood in?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that thing.
And then on the outside, in the crust, there are these burgers, like mini slider burgers in the crust.
Topped with mozzarella cheese on top.
Okay, that's fine then.
Mozzarella cheese.
And then I could explain the kimpitang. You explained it to me last time. Basically, it's tansuyuk, which is like Korean pork nuggets, sort of like a popcorn chicken, but it's with like pork essentially.
Chinese. It's like what, sweet and sour pork. You know.
Yeah, sweet and sour pork. You put the sweet and sour pork in there. You throw some tomato sauce for some reason. What else are we throwing in there? I completely forgot what else is in this, Warren.
Oh well, now you chop up some bell peppers, some green onions. You put that in, and then you get kimchi because it's kimchi. You chop up some kimchi, throw that in as well. Add a couple spoonfuls of kimchi sauce for good luck. And then you add in the sweet and sour sauce. You add in the tomato sauce, and then you mix it all together. Top it off with some cheese. Put it in the oven. Couple minutes, comes back out. You have some nice kimchi pizza tangsuyuk, also known as kimpitang.
Both of these pictures suck.
Really?
Kimpitang looks a little bit like puke, in my opinion, and then the burger bites. I don't know what I'm looking at here. This looks like a party going on over here. It looks like a carnival ride. Is what it looks like.
I see it. I actually see it.
That being said, I think one of these would low-key probably be kind of good. The other one seems too weird for me. I would prefer the Burger Bite pizza.
The Burger Bite pizza, fun fact, it was a limited release in 2016 in Korea under Pizza Hut Korea.
Okay.
I don't know why American Pizza Hut didn't release this. Beats me.
Yeah, we love burgers out here.
I know. I think we would have loved it. It was a limited delivery only release for 2 weeks, and then they brought it back for another half a year. I think they brought it back because it was probably popular. However, kimpitang over here, I think it's an artistic statement.
Is it a cultural reset, Warren?
Yes, guys. I think it's a statement against the ideology that beauty is everything. It is proving to us that sometimes food looks disgusting and like vomit, but may taste good. Sure. So therefore, I think with all that in mind, sure, Burger Bite looks like a carnival, looks like a fiesta. Kimpitang looks like vomit, but I am willing to open that book and read what is inside.
Bro, you're right. The Kimpitang would actually probably be good though. This Burger Bite thing, it looks kind of sus still to me.
That's gonna be greasy. There's no tomato sauce. Think about that.
Anita, which would you pick?
See, okay. I haven't tried either of these, right? So
nor have I.
But the Burger Bite seems the most
basic,
welcoming, I guess. Like it doesn't scare me as much.
Yeah, how is this basic? Look at this. This ain't basic at all.
It scares you.
The kimpitang, I would be trying out something very, very new that I am not 100% sure I would
oil's
like.
In that picture, dude. Look how much oil is in there.
No, it's a sweet and sour sauce. That's what that is.
Sure,
it's not oil. Yeah, it's the sweet and sour sauce.
Anita picks Burger Bites. Warren's picking Kimpitang, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Warren here. I would try.
Whoa.
There we go. Artistic statement for the win. All right, round 7. We have Topping King Rich Gold Pizza
and
versus the prosciutto and
arugula.
All right, let me explain.
Yeah.
Topping King Rich Gold. Okay, this is still being sold in Pizza Hut Korea. And now, okay, so you have bacon, you have sausages. I'm not talking about Italian sausages. I'm talking about like chopped up Vienna sausages. You have grilled shrimp as well as grilled calamari.
Shrimp.
We got some cubed steak up in here. Oh yeah.
What? Okay.
Now we got some red and yellow bell peppers, some spring onions, and then we top it off with some Jack Daniel glaze and vinegar mustard.
Whoa.
Now, of course, on below all that, there's some tomato sauce, and in between stuff, there's actual pizza cheese. Now, let's talk about the crust, because it's
there's
a rich
more
crust. The crust is mozzarella cheese, along with cheddar cheese, along with sweet potato mousse.
Ooh.
Korean. If you've never had a Korean sweet potato, you gotta try that. It's so good.
Incredibly sweet. But in a not annoying way somehow,
And then the prosciutto arugula is where we get into like the bougie pizza in the US. It's prosciutto, which is like an Italian cured meat, and then we got some arugula, which is like a peppery green, I would say. Yeah. And sometimes I've seen this with a little bit of mozzarella on there, and I've also seen some once in a while balsamic vinegar on top. Yeah. This like topping king rich gold though. Ooh,
pretty good.
I kind of want to try it. I was looking up weird pizzas in Korea, and then I ran across this, and I was like, okay, this isn't weird. I actually want to try this.
Here's the thing: there's a lot of meats going on, right?
Right.
But the Jack Daniel's glaze plus the mustard thing, and then we got the sweet potato crust.
So much to give. Wow.
That sounds really good, actually. That sounds like.
It's incredibly tiny for $32.
$32? Okay.
Yeah. So it's overpriced.
The bougie thing on the right would probably only cost you like $24, right?
Yeah. So the real bougie thing is this topping king thing.
This sounds so good though.
I mean, dude, literal steak on pizza.
I know.
Ooh.
All right. Let's just choose topping king
I'm
rich
picking
gold.
topping king rich gold.
Me too.
Yes.
All right, final round.
Right, final round of the 16s. We got margarita pizza and cheese pizza. Some classics.
Okay. The main difference is, right? Cheese pizza, just a lot of cheese on it, right? Typically, it's like you got mozzarella. It's just a basic pizza. It's cheese pizza. Right. Margarita is more when you get the more artisan mozzarella out, right? Not the shredded stuff. You put some basil. You drizzle some olive oil on top of it. It's more like a more traditional, but also in the US, it's considered a more upgrade version of cheese pizza.
Right.
But that being said, there are a lot of people who prefer cheese pizza to margarita pizza. I honestly prefer base cheese pizza, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I prefer margarita, I think.
Oh boy. Comes down to me. Well, actually, I have a choice in mind. And if you look about here, let me put an analogy. Let's think about publication and books and writing.
All right.
One of the greatest books of literature that has influenced so many different types of storytelling and books we have nowadays is the Bible.
Wow. Okay.
I personally believe cheese pizza, the one that has existed before any of these other pizzas you've seen today,
Old Testament
is the cheese pizza is the Bible of pizzas.
Okay.
It is the one true. It is the standard textbook that has stood the test of time. It has proven that pizza can exist without any toppings. Still a sellable product.
What is margarita?
Margarita's margarita pizza. It's good. I like it. But like cheese pizza is the
classic. It's the classic.
It is the true evidence that pizza sauce and cheese go well together as long as you got some good dough. So I am putting my vote in cheese
for cheese.
Pizza.
Something about it is just more like, pizza, right? Like
right.
When you eat the margarita, sometimes you got to throw the pinky up a little. I ain't about that. I'm a working class guy. You got to just get the straight cheese slice. There's places in New York City you get 2 slices and a Coke for like $2. That's like a classic thing in New York.
99-cent pizzas.
Wow.
Let's go. All right, we're moving on to.
Let's try to go through these a little bit quick. I think we're running long, but we got barbecue, chicken pizza, and supreme pizza.
Supreme pizza.
Barbecue chicken.
Pizza. Barbecue pizza, I'm telling you, it's gross when it's cold.
You're gross, dude. You're gross.
You're gross.
I honestly, if you had 2 of those, barbecue chicken. Boom.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
All right.
Topping King Rich Gold. Topping King Rich, dude. Topping King Rich Gold. Are you kidding?
Rich Gold.
So we got Topping King Rich Gold versus Kimpitang 100% Topping King Rich Gold, right, guys?
Of course.
Okay.
Ha. Okay. It's actually pizza, dude.
All right, round 3. Cheese pizza versus pepperoni jalapeno. Oh boy. Okay,
I'm picking cheese. Straight up cheese. I'm basic cheese.
I'm in the pepperoni jalapeno camp. I like some toppings.
I like to think of it from various perspectives and different environments and contexts. Cheese pizza is good when you get it from a New York slice.
True.
It's not good when you get it from Domino's.
That's why, because you should be getting Pizza Hut instead, in my opinion. But
it's not good when you get it from Pizza Hut.
It's kind of good.
Pepperoni and jalapenos, dude. It's great. It's somehow made stupid fast food pizza into very enjoyable pieces of food.
I can't believe we chose that. God
pepperoni and jalapeno. Let's go.
Yes.
Round 4.
Right.
Potato pizza versus meat lovers. Potato pizza, guys. Potato is where it's at.
Oh.
Guys, wait, hold on, wait, no. Potato, guys. This is an obvious big one. Meat lovers is just salty. It's just salt. Potato pizza, you're getting a little bit of meat too.
Honestly, like, I'm a traditionalist. Neither of these are super traditional. I kind of want to try the potato thing.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That potato joint looking kind of good. Looking kind of thick over there.
Potato pizza is
a little succulent. Oh yeah.
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Are we choosing potato? We choose it already, right? Yeah. Sorry, Anita.
Majority, yes.
Yes. I can't
Right,
believe you could choose meat lovers over potato, Anita. Semifinals, we got barbecue chicken versus Topping King Rich Gold.
I actually, both of these are really like. I love barbecue chicken pizza. Like,
That's
it's good.
pretty good. Wait, but the Topping King.
You know why the Topping King Rich Gold? Jack Daniel's glaze, mustard, whatever demi sauce, and then we got the vinegar mustard. Oh, vinegar! I love the taste of vinegar. Vinegar mustard, and then we got the cheese with the sweet potato crust. I know it's gonna be a little sweet, but you balance it out with all the meats. Boom.
Okay, here's the thing. Barbecue chicken pizza, okay, let's say it tastes good. Whatever. The thing is, if you get so many bites of it, it's the same thing over and over again. Kind of repetitive. The Topping King Rich Gold, every bite is a different party, a different part of the land.
Well,
sometimes you're getting a little bit of ocean.
I don't know. Okay, if it was just meat, I'd like it more. There's shrimp and there's calamari and stuff on here. That's kind of sauce, dude. On a pizza.
You don't like shrimp and calamari?
Not on a pizza. I like fried calamari, like Italian style. That's great. But straight up just like squid on a pizza? Kind of weird. No, I'm thinking about it.
Kind of interesting though.
Shrimp.
Seafood is great.
You know what? We doing it. Topping King Rich Gold, right, Anita?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, barbecue chicken.
All right.
We chose the least traditional crap on here, dude.
I know. Pepperoni and jalapeno versus potato. Potato.
Are we really gonna end up with the 2 Korean pizzas?
We are a K-pop podcast.
Anita, which one are you choosing?
Okay, I'm sorry, pepperoni and jalapeno.
You know what, Anita? So we get more traditional. If you choose pepperoni jalapeno, I'll choose it too, and we could just take off the jalapenos on my slices.
No.
And I could give you the jalapenos.
Guys, calm down for a second. I want to write a letter to pepperoni and jalapeno pieces for a second. Because it provided me a lot of mental stability and comfort during my times in college.
Right?
Some of the most difficult times in my life, But when was I going through puberty? During my early teenage years when I was in Korea. And potato pizza held me back through there. So I couldn't have gone through college if I didn't make it through puberty. And therefore, potato pizza is where it's at, guys. Please.
Even though, like, it's Asian mayo, I'm still not the biggest fan of mayo, fam.
But corn and bacon.
Corn on pizza?
Bacon.
See, the thing is,
everyone loves bacon.
I'm telling you, if it was potato fried wedges, right, Anita, from KFC on there, that'd be next level, right? That'd be next level. It's not though. It's grilled potatoes.
I really like pepperoni jalapeno. This is my go-to. It's
Anita,
what
I will support you, Anita. I will support you.
But that potato pizza is growing on me. I kind of really want to try it.
Okay, we chose it. Kind of.
I'm sorry.
Just know, hey, I hope I do not lose my New Jersey card on here because, like, look at these pizzas these schools have chosen at the end.
I live in Manhattan. Don't tell people.
They chose potato and Topping King Rich Gold. Topping King Rich Gold sounds like some guy in, like, that Tiger Hunter show, whatever that show was called. What was that called? What was that show called?
Tiger King?
Tiger King, yeah.
It sounds like a guy from the 2nd season of Tiger King, Topping King Rich Gold. That's what it sounds like, dude.
Shady looking gold chains, yeah.
Honestly, These are ridiculous pizzas. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Warren has influenced us.
If I break the fourth wall for a bit, I thought these wouldn't make it past round 1.
Where's my white pizza? Where's my supreme? Where's like straight cheese pizza? What are we doing here?
Pepperoni pizza so early.
Out of these two, though, Topping King Rich Gold sounds more intriguing to me, at least.
Same.
Or do you agree?
Rich Gold all the way.
Rich Gold.
Okay, let me think of my argument for a second.
Bro, you're the one who led us here. You have to.
Yeah, it was all you.
It's all your fault, dude. Like, you led us here.
What if I've ruined this for you guys?
Oh my god!
You can't even eat these in America.
Honestly, if they were these two slices and they just like a New York style cheese slice from a good pizza, I'd rather eat that than these two, dude.
Yeah, how did he make it here? Okay, personally, I've potato pizza's great. It's great. There's mayo.
I'd rather eat Topping King Rich Gold than the mayo potato thing.
I still can't believe I let you guys down this path.
Oh my god. All right, I guess the winner is the Topping King Rich Gold pizza with the sausage, the Vienna sausage, and the shrimp, and the green onion, and the calamari, and the Jack Daniels, and the mustard vinegar, and the 2 cheeses plus the sweet potato crust.
Oh, you forgot the bacon. You forgot the cubed steak. You forgot the bell pepper.
The steak.
All right, let me get my normal script and stuff up. You've ruined this, dude. I'm already so disappointed by this outcome.
I thought you guys would outnumber.
I don't know what just happened. I'm so disappointed.
Oh man, mind control.
But next week, tomorrow, there's Soren's solo debut. We'll have to see how that is. Cube is actually supporting that. So, and then Wednesday we have Tiara, Soyeon. Thursday, IU. I think there's a double title track release, so that should be pretty big. And then on Monday we have Sejong and Infinite Sungyu. And aren't they both at the same company? Isn't Infinite also at Jellyfish? Am I wrong? Oh no, Infinite's Woolim.
Infinite is Woolim.
Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I'd like to thank the Pizza Barbarian Warren and Anita for joining me this week. I am so disappointed.
I would like to thank Pizza Hut for providing all these great combinations. Specifically Pizza Hut Korea.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. I don't know how I'm going to live this one down. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniel, Mafiar, NJ Parks, Chris, Tier. Thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Mafiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.